Good morning, Year 3-4, and welcome to your final reading session of the week. The date today is Friday, the 10th of July, and this is obviously our last reading session of the week. So we've finished our book, which is A Splash of Red, The Life and Art of Horace Pippin. But today I'm going to read you the historical note. So a historical note is often a piece of small text at the back of a book that tells you more about the character. So this character, Horace Pippin, and we can see a picture of him here, is obviously a real life person who they've based the book on. And the historical note gives us some more facts about Horace Pippin and his life. So as you can see here, he is drawing, and he's holding his hand here, actually, so you can see where he'd obviously been shot. Let's read the historical note and learn some more about our main character. Horace Pippin was born on George Washington's birthday, February the 22nd in the year 1888. Though he showed an early talent for making art, he didn't complete his first oil painting until he was more than 40 years old. Even after, that's quite old, isn't it? He was over 40 before he did his first oil painting. Even after his work was discovered and promoted by such notables as painter and illustrator N.C. Waith, critic Christian Brinton, and collector Albert Barnes, and art dealer Robert Carlin, Pippin remained true to his own creative process. When someone asked the self-taught artist about his work method, he replied, "I paint it, exactly the way I see it." Fighting in the trenches of World War I proved to be a pivotal experience for the young Pippin. Scenes from those brutal battles haunted him until upon his return home, where he was awarded the French Croix de Guerre, Cross of War, and later the Purple Heart for his battle wound by the United States. He undertook his first adult painting, The End of War, Starting Home, which took him nearly 3 years to complete, as a kind of physical and psychological therapy. So that means that 3-year painting, he did that painting to try and forget and overcome those horrible memories of the war. "It brought me back to my old self," he later told a friend. Through daily practice and gritty determination, he gradually regained some of the control he had lost in his injured right arm. A curious and observant man, Pippin found his subjects almost everywhere. He produced roughly 140 works of art based on childhood memories, family stories, historical reports, photographs, movies, current events and biblical scriptures, as well as his own Westchester, Pennsylvania neighbourhood. Pippin's masterful use of colour, form and composition, that's how all the elements of a picture are arranged, is considered his greatest artistic strength. Today, museums in Philadelphia, New York City, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, Minneapolis, Wichita, Buffalo, Charleston, and other cities proudly display the work of Horace Pippin. He has been variously labelled a folk artist, a self-taught artist, and a primitive painter, but he is certainly and indisputably an American master. So there we go. Today we've read the historical note and we've learned a little bit more about Horace Pippin and who he was and the life he led.